In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to today's lesson. So today is our English class and we are going to talk about lesson 4C, which is entitled, Let's See What Happens. Okay, let's see what happens. So always the title of the lesson usually tells us what the lesson is going to be about. So what to expect in this lesson, what you are going to learn. On top of that, I will tell you some of the things that you are expected to be learning by the end of this lesson. So one of them is by the end of this lesson you will be able to scan a text for specific information and identify new vocabulary and also express general truth using zero conditional. Okay, so we have three objectives. objectives عندنا ثلاث أهداف اللي هي طبعا ايش؟ البحث عن معلومة محددة في النص ومعرفة الكلمات أو المفردات الجديدة واستخدام أو التعبير عن الحقائق الثابتة باستخدام قاعدة الزيرو كونديشنال للجمل الشرطية. هذا بالنسبة لأهداف هذا الدرس. Okay, so if you have your book or your textbook at hand, please open your book to lesson 4C and you will see it like this. It's on page 52. So please open your book to page 52 and we are going to talk about this lesson. Okay, so as the title suggests, let's see what happens. Okay, it implies that when people try things, they want to see what will happen because of doing those things, or what's the result. Okay, so you can say that it's about experiments. Okay, trying new things, experimenting new things. You do this and you see how things turn out to be. Okay, so this is the title for this lesson. So this lesson is about an experiment that you will try yourself. So we have a picture here. We have a picture like every window. If you turn up to your window and see through the window, you sometimes can see that there are plants, you can see the rain, you can see clouds, you can see rainbows, you can see the sky. Of course you can't see them all at once, but sometimes you can see some of them. One thing about the sun, okay, this is the sun. Okay, usually people say that the color of the sunlight that emits from the sun is white. Some people say it's yellow. Okay, we will experiment or we will do an experiment that proves that this is a myth. It's not correct. The truth is that the sunlight has 7 different colors. Okay, so let's take a look at the next activity. Okay, the next activity, white light. Okay, so now what I need you to do is listen carefully and read along with the text. Okay, listen carefully and read along with the text. Try to find new vocabulary and try to underline them so you can check for the meaning in your dictionary later. Okay, so please listen carefully and read along as you listen.
4C. Let's see what happens. 1. Read. A. What are the colours of a rainbow? Listen, read and find out. White light. A lot of people have the impression that white light, for example sunlight, has no colour at all. However, this is a myth. White light contains all the colours of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. Follow the instructions below to see all the colours in white light. Experiment. Make a rainbow. You need a sprayer or a garden hose, a sunny day. When the sun isn't very high in the sky, this experiment works better. So, for ideal results,
Do this experiment late in the afternoon. What to do? 1. Fill the sprayer with water. 2. Stand with your back blocking the sun. Have something dark, for example a large plant, in front of you. 3. Spray water in the air. Remember, it is possible that you'll get a little wet. Now move around in a circle. If you do this experiment correctly, you see the 7 main colours. That's your rainbow.
Okay, good. So if you follow these instructions, if you do this experiment, you will create your own rainbow, okay? This will prove to you that the sunlight is not only white, it has 7 different colors, and you can prove that by doing this experiment, okay? So we have so many different new vocabulary in this reading text. You can find your own vocabulary that you are looking for and look them up in your dictionary, or use Google translation to find the meaning for these words and how to pronounce them. Okay, so we have 3 steps, okay, to get the rainbow, and you only need 2 things, okay? A sprayer or a garden hose, which one of them is available, you can use one of them, and a sunny day, okay? So the steps are very clear that you need to fill the sprayer with water or spray with the garden hose. The second step is to stand with your back to the sun, okay? And the sun should be behind you, okay? And for example, or put something to block the sun, okay? Block means to get the sun, to prevent the sunlight from coming. Block, يمنع, okay? For example, a large plant in front of you. Then spray the water in the air. When you have the sprayer in your hand, spray, rush, spray the water in the air, okay? Remember, it's possible that you'll get a little wet. Some of the water will get on your clothes. That's fine, that's okay. That's part of experimenting things. Now move around in a circle, okay? So you move around in a circle this way, okay? So the mist of the water you just sprayed is all around you. And then you can see the sunlight hitting those water particles, and the sunlight is split into 7 different beams. You have 7 different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Those 7 colors are the colors of the rainbow. Okay? So these instructions are okay. Now we will have some questions just to check your understanding for the reading passage. And okay, now let's take a look at this activity on page 52 or page 53 maybe. Okay, so it says read again and tick. Tick means put a sign like this one, علامة صح. Read again and tick the correct pictures according to the experiment. Okay, so now you are going to look at each picture, okay, and see if this man is doing the steps the correct way. What is he doing? Is he doing it right? Is he doing it wrong? What's wrong with what he's doing? Okay, so let's take a look at number 1, for example. Okay, we will do this one together. Okay, so we have a man standing, and we see clouds in the background. Okay, you clearly see the clouds, غيوم. Okay, so this is not a sunny day. Okay, so this one is not the correct answer, so we will not tick this one. Okay, because it's a cloudy day, it's not a sunny day, so this experiment will not work. Okay, now let's take a look at number 2. What do you think? Is it done properly? Is he doing it the right way, like we just read the 3 steps? I don't think so, because he's facing the sun now. Okay, and we said you need to have the sun on your back. Okay, you need to have the sun on your back, so this one will not work. So this one we cannot put or tick the picture number 2. Now let's take a look at number 3. Okay, so he's standing with the sun behind him, okay, and a plant in front of him, and he's spraying, okay, in front of him, so the plant can show him the colors. Okay, The difference in the colors in the backgrounds can show the 7 different colors. So is he doing the right thing? Is he following the steps correctly? Yes, he is. Okay, very good. So he is following the steps, and we can tick this one, okay? Now let's take a look at number 4. Okay, so water is sprayed. Okay, water is sprayed, and we have 2 colors. Do you think this is a rainbow with 2 colors? Me too, I don't think so. So this one is not the correct way of doing this experiment. Okay, how about number 5? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors. Do you think this is the right way of doing the experiment? Me too, I think so. So we will tick this one. Okay, so the goal behind this activity is to check your understanding for the steps. Okay, check your understanding for the steps using pictures only. Okay. Okay, very good. So let's now move on to questions about the reading passage. Okay, we have 5 questions, and the goal or the idea behind this one is that just to practice finding specific information in the text. Okay, so this is usually what you get in a test. عادة في الاختبارات القراءة عادة تكون الأسئلة بهذا الشكل، إنك تبحث عن معلومة محددة داخل القطعة. Okay, so we have 5 questions asking about specific information in the text. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 1. Which colors does white light contain? Okay, the white light coming from the sun. How many colors does it contain? Okay, if we go back to the passage, you can see, you can find the answer if you read again. It says that white light contains all the colors of the rainbow. All the colors of the rainbow, which are 7 colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Okay, 7 different colors in the white sunlight color. Okay, so this is the answer for question number 1. The answer is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Okay, so make sure you write this down in your notebook or next to the question. So this is the answer for question number 1. Okay, you can stop the video at any time, pause the video, and write your answers, then continue. Okay, so now let's go to question number 2. What do you need to do the experiment? Okay, what do you need to do experiments? What things do you need? Okay, the ingredients, the things that you need to have a successful experiment. Okay, so in the passage, it indicates that we need to have 2 things. Okay, 2 important things: a source of water, a sprayer, or a garden hose, which one of them is fine, and a sunny day. That's all you need for the experiment. So we need 2 things. Okay. What do you need to do? What do you need to do the experiment? We need a sprayer or a garden hose and a sunny day. Just as easy as that. Okay. And number 3, when is it best to do the experiment? What's the good timing for the experiment? What time of the day? Can you do this after sunset? Of course you can't. You need sunlight. Okay, so what is the best time to do this experiment? Okay, now let's go back to the passage. Okay, so this is going to be in the things you are going to need. So when the sun isn't very high in the sky, the sun is not very high. Okay, so when the sun is rising or when the sun is setting. Okay, which one is which is perfectly fine. So you need the sunlight coming horizontally. Okay, so we need the sun to be at a low height. Okay, when is the best to do this experiment? We can do this in during sunset or sunrise. When the sun isn't very high in the sky, late in the afternoon, or maybe early in the morning. Okay, you can add this to the book. Number 4, what can you see to block the sun? Okay, what can you use? What can you use to block the sun? Okay, it's very clear in the passage. It said that you need one thing to use to block the sun, or it gave you an example of things you can do to block the sun. Okay, so you can see, find the answer in number 2. Stand with your back blocking the sun. Have something dark, for example, a large plant in front of you. Okay, something dark in front of you, maybe a plant or anything else that is dark. Okay, so you can see the colors. Okay, so number 4, what can you use to block the sun? You can use a plant, for example. Okay, you can also say you can use something dark. Okay, number 5, what happens at the end of the experiment? Okay, so this is actually the question for the title for the lesson. Okay, هذا السؤال موجود في عنوان الدرس. ماذا سيحدث? Okay, what happens at the end of the experiment? Let's see what happens. Okay, so the goal behind this experience, the whole thing is to have your own rainbow. Okay, to create your own rainbow. So this is the end of the experiment. That's your rainbow. Okay, so this is your rainbow. You will find it after doing the experiment. Please make sure you do this at home, and let's know how things turn out to be. Okay, so you see the 7 main colors of the rainbow. You will see them right in front of you. Okay, so this is really a cool experiment. You can do this the easy way. You can have simple things around the house to use or to do this experiment. You can do this on the roof of the house or in the front yard or anywhere you can find sunlight. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the vocabulary here. So this is actually needs a lot of work on the students to find the meanings in a dictionary. Okay, so the meaning of the word impression, the meaning of the word instructions, ideal, filled, blocking, circle, main, possible, and so on. Okay, so when you are looking up words in the dictionary, so you can see it this way. Okay, let's say for example the first word we have is impression. Okay, it's a noun, ism, impression. It means an idea that somebody has. Okay, an idea that somebody has about something or someone. كلمة impression تعريفها إنه فكرة لديك عن شخص ما أو فكرة لديك عن شيء ما. اوكي، فاللي هو بالعربي كلمة واحدة نقدر نقول ايش؟ انطباع. impression معناها انطباع. Okay, so this is an example. What's your impression of the new student? ما هو انطباعك عن الطالب الجديد؟ Okay, so now let's go back to the lesson and do the activities. Okay, so we have 1 to 8. I don't think we have enough time, but we will try to do as many as possible. Okay, so number 1, is it blank to see the inside of the palace? This is someone asking for permission. He wants to see the inside of the palace. So he is asking, is there a way to see the inside of the palace? So we could use, let's take a look at the word possible. Okay, okay, the word possible is an adjective. Able to happen, able to happen, possible, able to happen. يعني possible معناها ممكن له أن يحدث أو من الممكن أو ممكن من المستطاع. It is not possible to finish this work today. لا يمكن إنهاء هذا العمل اليوم. إذن كلمة possible معناها يمكن. Not possible لا يمكن. Okay, now so let's go back to the lesson. So, is it possible to see the inside of the palace? هل من الممكن أن أرى القصر من الداخل? So this is actually the correct answer. Okay, so you need to do the rest on your own. Okay, find a dictionary or use Google to find the meaning of the words. Try to find the meaning in English with examples so you can understand or guess the meaning from the context. Then complete the sentences. Okay, let's take number 2, for example. From the look on her face, I got the blank that she didn't like the food. Okay, from the look on her face, she made a look on her face. I knew that she didn't like the food because of the look. So I had an impression. Okay, صار لي انطباع ان هذه انه لم يعجبها الطعام بسبب تعابير وجه الفتاة. إذن number 2, from the look on her face, I got the impression that she didn't like the food. Okay, impressions are not always right. Okay, sometimes they can be wrong. Okay, now let's take a look at this sentence and tell me what you think. if you do this experiment correctly, you see the 7 main colors. Okay? If you do
3.
this,
Spray water.
if you do this experiment correctly, إذا قمت بهذه التجربة بشكل صحيح, you see the 7 main colors. سترى الألوان السبعة. Okay, so this is a zero conditional sentence. Okay, عندك هذا طبعا جملة شرطية إنه شرط حصول رؤية الألوان السبعة أن تقوم بالتجربة بشكل صحيح. إذا هذه حقيقة. إذا غلينا الماء، إذا سخنا الماء على درجة حرارة 100 درجة مئوية، الماء سيغلي. اوكي، اذا لو تلاحظ ان الجملتين مستخدم فيها زمن المضارع البسيط the present simple. اوكي، اللي هي الجمله الشرطيه تبدا ب if. اوكي، let's take a look at this example. اوكي، Okay, if you do this experiment correctly, هذه الجملة طبعا تسمى if clause. If clause جملة if. اوكي، وهنا لدينا الفاصلة. ما الذي سيحدث أو ما الذي يحصل؟ You see the 7 main colors. سترى الألوان السبعة. So we have the present simple, we have present simple here. اوكي، إذا قمت بالتجربة بالشكل الصحيح سترى الألوان السبعة. Okay, so this is zero conditional sentence. Okay, هذه قاعدة الجمل الشرطية zero تسمى. Okay, فعندنا دائما الفاصلة comma is always after the if clause and before the main clause. Okay. Okay, so this is the if clause and this is the comma. It's very important. Okay, and this is the main clause. Okay, this is how you structure a sentence using zero conditional. Okay, so there's also one thing using when. Okay, when you can replace f with when and you have the same meaning. Okay, إذا ممكن تستخدم كلمة when ويكون لديك نفس المعنى بالضبط، لا يتغير شيء. إذا قمت بهذه التجربة بالشكل الصحيح، انظر إلى الفرق الآن. عندما تقوم بهذه التجربة بالشكل الصحيح لها نفس المعنى، أليس كذلك؟ So we have the main clause. You see the 7 main colors. When you do this experiment correctly, you see the 7 main colors. So this is also a zero conditional sentence without using f. This is with using when. Okay. This is if clause. This is the comma, and this is the main clause. Okay. So you need to know this trick as well. If you do this experiment correctly, you see the 7 main colors. Okay. Sometimes we can lose the comma and do the sentence in a different way. Okay, move the sentence the other way around, like this. We put this at the end of the sentence. The if clause is at the end of the sentence, and the main clause can be sometimes at the beginning of the sentence. You see the 7 main colors if you do this experiment correctly. Okay, سترى السبعة ألوان عندما تقوم بهذه التجربة بشكل صحيح. Okay, so this is a perfectly correct sentence. جملة صحيحة 100%. لكن في الحالة هذه إذا صار عندي المين كلوز في بداية الجملة I will lose the comma. أتخلص من الفاصلة لأن لا حاجة لها بعد ذلك. إذا الفاصلة دائما تكون موجودة فقط في حالة أنه كان if sentence أو if clause في بداية الجملة. For today, thank you so much for watching and I wish you a wonderful day.